Hi folks, and welcome to the More Than Your Labels podcast, where I chat to everybody and anybody who has a neurodiverse condition and those who haven't, and how it either hinders them or helps them. It's their story, their way, warts and all. So let's ditch any label that any of us have been given, and let's stand loud and proud as we are more than any label. So let's get in more onto the conversation. More Than Your Labels Facebook group, where we talk about mindset, procrastination, where we celebrate all our wins, big and small. See you on the other side, folks.
So today I'm with Joanne. How are you today, love?
Hello, Karen. I was looking forward very much for this meeting all week. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah.
What I was going to say, don't know. Oh, isn't technology lovely? It just lets you down at the last minute. But
yeah.
We're together. Oh, big hug.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit.
Happy Pancake Days.
It is.
Happy Pancakes Day. Yeah.
It is.
Have you had one?
No, but I had one on Sunday, and I had it with cheese and beans instead.
Oh, nice.
Instead of lemon and all that malarkey. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Joanna. I'm 31 still. I was born in Poland, in a small town called Kraśnik. For most of my life, I've been living there. I moved to England around 6-7 years ago with my then boyfriend, now my husband. So I've been brought up in a different culture. I came here not really. I mean, I knew English from school. But when I arrived here, I couldn't understand like nothing. And slowly I worked up, my way in English. So now I'm speaking English fluently, which I'm really, really, finally, I was like, finally I can understand people, I can communicate. I've been.
So when did you realise that you had ADHD?
ADHD. So that's quite funny, because I would never think I've got ADHD, because in Poland, it's changing, but it's still mostly ADHD is a boy, 7-8 years old, boy who is bouncing off the wall. And I was a girl. I mean, maybe I wasn't bouncing off the wall. I would say I was from extreme to extreme. I either was all over the place or I was very shy. So nothing, I think, in between. I was either hiding behind my mom or I was just all over there. And the funny thing, what kind of I've been before we were about to start a meeting, when I just reminded when my mom told me as a small child, like a 4 or 5 years old, she could give me just coloring pencils, and you could leave me for hours because I wouldn't do anything else. I would just draw. And from my experience looking after children, the 5-year-old child won't sit longer than 10 minutes usually. I could sit for hours and draw or do stuff, manually, plasticine, Fimo clay, things like that. So that was now it's the kind of, I look back and it's like, okay, they were signs already there. And I was always screaming in my seat, like I couldn't sit
still
properly. No, I just have to go, and since I remember, I've got all the photos with.
I twiddled my hair.
Oh my God, I still do it. Oh my God, all the time.
Especially when I'm tired, I start twiddling my hair, and me goes, "Are you tired?" And I'm like, "That no, but this is nice."
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, exactly. This is nice. Feels nice. I like this, and I also like to do like bash them, and that's a funny sound. And I always I was always told off for that. Like no, don't play with your hair, don't play with your hair, don't fiddle. And I was all constantly doing. Usually, I think when I was either I think daydreaming or either my brain was trying to focus on something. And I would never think I got ADHD. Never, ever, ever. And like I will go off the story many, many times. So now I will move back to recent days. So I was diagnosed last year.
So how did you feel about it when you did?
Oh, amazing, to be honest. It's like, oh, that's finally has a name. And it's not stupid blonde. It's not stupid blonde. I was like, oh, finally there is also somewhere where I belong.
Yeah.
So that was a really big kind of, not only for me, but also for my husband. Also, that's, that has a name and that can be medicated, or even if you don't want to get medicated, you can try different tools and you can try different supplements to support yourself. So the funny thing was when we went, because we went together just before first lockdown. So I was still really lucky to see a doctor face to face. I went there with my husband. And after like 5 minutes, the doctor said, oh, I think I know where we're going, but let's carry on. And like, yeah, I know where we're going.
Yeah, mine was exactly the same. We were talking about something completely different. And he went, so you do know you've got ADHD then? I was like, have I? I thought we were just having a chat. He goes, no, you're having a chat. You're fiddling with your fingers. You're standing up and you're going, you're very, what's the word? Expression with your hands, because you're doing all all this waving and things. And I was like, I thought everyone did that. I should be a weather girl. And over here we have something, and over there.
Yeah, and the funny thing, when the doctor was asking like, oh, what does your wife doesn't close the door? And my husband was like, yeah. Does she do this? Mm-hmm. He even didn't need to hit the answer. It was just does she forget? Mm-hmm. So that was
is it your keys that you forget, or is it your phone that you forget?
Oh my god, everything. Like even though every day I start work at 10. Well, I have 2 jobs. I start work at 10, and even though I going back to I partly work from home, and partly I do a chai mining, so I'm in a care bubble. So even though it's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm still in my bed, haven't had breakfast, just only had coffee. And then I realized, because I've got my air purifier, which turns on at 10, it's like, oh, that's 10 o'clock. Okay, I need to work. So then I rushed to my desk, one of the 2 desks, so I call it working desk. And it's like, okay, what do I do then now? Okay, what is the day today? Okay, and then I checked. Oh, right, okay. So I don't operate on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I operate like, oh, I've got a meeting or Zoom with this person or that person.
Yeah.
And of course, I work in pajamas.
Well, yeah, I've still got like post-it notes and diaries everywhere. If I can't see what I'm doing, I'm going, where, what day is it? Where do I live? Where am I going?
Oh my God.
What's going on?
Yeah. So I think now I developed some of strategies. Like I have laptop. I have on the top, I always keep my notebook with a pen inside. That's important, pen inside. On the next, on the top, with that, it's just one shelf for the laptop and all work related stuff. And it's charger as well. So I did develop some of them, but it's still, with no awareness of time, no, completely no awareness of time. And when I finish at 2 o'clock, I have like half an hour to eat something and prepare for to departure for my next work. And this is usually try to leave at 30:30 to start the car and first find the car.
Yes.
So that's a big one. That's a big one. Was it today?
I'm like that when I go to shops and you park your car in the shopping car park.
Oh my God.
And I'm going, okay, my car's red. That's not my car. I'm looking at every red car, and I'm like, I don't, with your bleep, with your with
the key,
and I'm like,
you got.
Something's flashing. I'm going over there. It's not my car. Trying to get into someone else's car. No, that's not my car.
So that was me yesterday, walking around the street, and even though my husband, because I think on iPhone, what a clever iPhone do is, you can look where you parked.
Yeah.
So my husband, I asked because I was already late. So I said, like, could you please tell me where my car? Can you check it on my phone? I said, oh yeah, it's in our road, a little bit on the bottom. And of course, by 2 minutes later, I went completely on a different road, clicking everywhere. Where is my car? It's 5:02. I need to be at 3:00. And I said, oh my God, he told me that it's our road.
We just went on an adventure. Have you ever gone on a drive and then thought, how the hell did I get here?
Oh, yeah.
What happens to me sometimes. Auto drive to work and back, and then I'll just go.
Oh, yeah, like
how?
Yeah.
Did
how
I
do I remember anything? Yeah. So, I mean, I find medication very helpful with driving. Extremely helpful.
Yeah. I can park better. I can reverse park on medication. Can't do it when I'm not medicated.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, because my husband is a professional driver, so I kind of watched him like for years, looking how he parks. But I still cannot do parallel parking. I have no awareness of the space.
Yeah, it's your spatial awareness.
Yeah. So I mean, I can park on reverse like that. I'm struggling to park in the front with the front, and parallel parking is oh my god. I mean, I'm blessed that my car has the parking assist, so it parks itself parallel. So
well, that's okay.
Bless the car. Bless the car. So it does it for me.
With you having your diagnosis now, how has your life changed apart from you going, yay? Has there been how did you feel? Did your emotions go a bit up and down? Did you try and find yourself, or was it a bit of just relief?
To be honest, I mean, I've already, I've been trying to like, before diagnosis, I was like, okay, I score quite a lot on the autism spectrum.
Yeah.
So, but it I do have many traits. I do. However, it wasn't like completely. Dyspraxia, yes. Like, I score as well very high with the spatial awareness and keeping, things very tight. But in the terms of like, I guess manual said with dyspraxia, you shouldn't. I mean, you're supposed to not to be able to draw and so on. And I can draw. So I don't know. Is it just me because I've been doing this for years? I'm left-handed, so that's right hemisphere is working more. Yeah. But I do, like, I have no spatial awareness whatsoever. I banged into everything. I had concussion because I banged into a sink. Like a serious concussion, knocked me out for 3 months.
Right. So you've got random bruises. Like me, because I've got random bruises and go, oh, what happened there? Don't know. There's just a bruise.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. I have bruises after bruise after bruise. And the funny thing is, very often I don't feel that I hit something. I feel, I can hit very hard, and I actually feel that I hit something, but it's not like I will do ouch.
Yeah,
it's just like not very sensitive in terms of body awareness, but inside pain, like in the nervous system, I'm very sensitive, I would say.
Oh,
Yeah, so I do. So that, the dyspraxia didn't really. I mean, it kind of, I fit there, but not like 100%. And then dyslexia. I do have troubles with writing and reading and all this kind of stuff. However, not to that extent that was actually pointed out at school. It's So I mean, it actually, dyslexia was just when I was a teenager. They were just finding out about dyslexia. So maybe now I would get diagnosed with that. And then I kind of, because I always been interested in neurodiversity, so I was doing my research, and I've read about ADHD or listened to something, and it was, oh my god, like that's, oh my god, that's me,
that's me.
that's me,
Yeah.
that's me, that's me, that's me. Oh my god, perfect, everything. That's me, that's me, that's me. I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. And because I was doing my counseling course, and I struggled with writing, I went through the private diagnosis route.
Oh yeah.
And after that, I feel like, yeah, that's good. That's really good. And because before I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and now looking back and having this knowledge, I know now I have had depression and anxiety since I was a child, and trauma as well. So
it could have been misdiagnosed. Your anxiety things. It could have been just the traits of ADHD, but a lot of women that have got neurodiversity or neurodivergence tend to have like a dual diagnosis. They're also always either depression, anxiety, or it's just women's
OCD as well.
When in fact it might just be the traits of ADHD and a combined ADHD instead of just straight ADHD.
So I was diagnosed with combined type.
Me too.
I had I'm moderate to severe. I guess some traits are more moderate. Some, like, I don't have a lot of hyperactivity. Like, I need to stand. I mean, I will stand up in the middle of the meeting. No, I will fidget. I will spin. Like, now I'm
But I'm standing
rotating.
Up. Yeah, I'm standing.
So I don't stand up, but I do fidget constantly, and I kind of look, and I will, and then my mind wanders off, and I kind of pretend to listen, but my mind is like completely somewhere else. Like, bye bye, bye bye.
Well, I was in a meeting, and I was standing up for this meeting because everybody else was, and I was just swaying, and they went, "Are you listening to me?" And I'm going, "Yeah, I just need to do something so I can listen. Otherwise, I'll be, you're not holding me attention. I'm going." So I have to either hum to myself or just or
the funny thing,
whatever.
The funny thing is, when you're saying, like, I had this at school, when especially they pointed this out in high school, when I was listening, but I was doodling. So I had my head like that, and I played with my hair, and I was doodling. So they thought I didn't pay the attention, but actually I did. And they asked, and my teacher asked me question, and I could copy whatever she said at that moment. I was like, I thought you weren't listening. I said, I did. And that just helped me to focus. And I remember now, when we had tests, I couldn't focus. I had to close my ears, close my eyes, because everything was so distracting. I actually couldn't think.
Yeah, it was too quiet.
And it was just, I just couldn't. Everything was so, generally, I feel like everything is very loud.
Yeah.
I quite often quite often, now I lost it. All right, okay, where my thought was. Okay, about the lights and okay, all right. Lost it, sorry.
Because if I'm sitting next to my husband and he's got short hair, if he strokes his hair, I'm like, stop. So loud to me, like if shaved his hair off, it's growing back. It's that.
Yeah, it's just
and I'm like, stop it. And he's going, what? And I'm going, stop it. It's so loud. And he's like, don't be ridiculous. Or because he's going a bit deaf or something. It seems to me, I'm going, turn the tally down, and it'll be on 4. And I'm like, that's too loud. Turn it down.
Yeah.
It
depends. For me, I mean, for me, it depends. I can sometimes, if there is a background noise and someone is speaking to me, I don't hear it. I don't hear the person talking to me. I just hear the background, and I cannot catch that, and I feel like, okay, I'm going deaf. And I checked my hearing, and actually it was oversensitive. And so it drives me bonkers if there is my husband charged his pad for PS4, and I just literally feel the buzzing. And it's like, no, I cannot sleep. I need to unplug it, because otherwise, I used to hear when I was a child. My mom always she always said, "Oh, you've got we have the saying gummy rubber ear, so like you hear everything." Yeah. So my mom was like, you always know all the secrets. I was like, yes, I know, because I hear everything.
Yeah.
You want to hide anything from me. And that's, like a curse and a blessing at the same time, because I literally can hear everything. And I could hear, like, we had like something I think regarding electricity quite far away, and that was always buzzing. It's like always drives me crazy. It was like, oh my god, it's too no. And I was like, everyone was like, what is it? I'm like, can't you hear just this buzzing outside?
Yeah, I totally relate to that as well. I can smell electricity, when it's about to thunder. I'm like that.
Yeah. Oh,
it's thunder in a minute, and they're like, shut up, it's not. And I'm going, it is. I can smell it, I can taste it, I can feel it.
Yeah. Oh, I've been a very picky eater. I've been very picky. Oh my, yeah. I still am not able to eat meat because of the texture. So now, I am flexitarian now. So I managed to expand my my food from, I was eating soups, but soups has to be sieved. So I don't have any things. Any bits, like, and if I could have a chunk of potatoes, but anything else, nope, no. From sandwich and sweet cereals, banana, I could eat all the sweets in the world, or I could eat all the fruits, literally none of the vegetables except potatoes, eggs, and cheese. I mean, that was my whole food I was eating as a child. Now I'm much better. So I try different Korean food, but still I'm not able to eat meat as a piece of meat. If I eat meat, it's only minced meat. And it has to be in a sauce.
Yeah, lamb's a bit too fatty and a bit too. No, don't like that. No.
I find it. I find it, and if I taste something new, I have to do it like literally a tiny bit, because then I feel really nauseous. And then I can, it's just like a light bulb moment. It's like, oh, that's delicious. That's okay. But if it's like, okay, so then I will try after a bit, I will try a little bit to just get used to the new taste. So always my parents, I remember my parents and grandparents had a really tough time with me, feeding me. Actually, I was here crying, screaming.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, because I was just thinking back, my son was exactly the same, but we had to feed him with 2 spoons, something that he didn't like, something he did like. So they didn't like, the like bit would get less and less. So you'd eat more of the stuff that you didn't like, just for the balance of taste.
Yeah.
Be like, don't like that, don't like this, but it's okay now. So
I mean, I was really stubborn, so I wouldn't eat. I literally wouldn't eat. I wouldn't force me. I would cry. I would, try to escape. I wouldn't eat because, I remember once my granny was cooking potatoes, like mashed potatoes, and by mistake she had spoons. I think it just touched the garlic, and my granny just put it in the pot. I didn't eat those potatoes because that sting garlic. Oh no. And I mean, now I love garlic. Now I absolutely love garlic. But I think it's really important to kind of try a tiny bit and don't push that forward. If you have a child with ADHD, it's just, I think, if they want to try, that's fine. If they don't, that's also fine.
Yeah.
And if they want to be hungry,
let them be hungry.
Let them be hungry. They will come back when they will really hungry and they will eat something. So
I used to get my son to play with his food, to feel it in his hands first before he put it in his mouth. And I'm going, that's fine. If you want to wear it, that's okay. If you want to just squeeze it, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's all kinesthetic learning before he starts. And then he's got dirty hands. He'll end up licking his fingers. And is that something? Hurrah!
Yeah, exactly. And I think, this is the way kind of children, and also making, engaging children with preparation, and so they can have fun, they can get dirty, and and I think that's really cool. Actually, I mean, I cannot remember. I was cooking with my mom and granny, but now I struggle with cooking these days. It seems like I really definitely struggle with daily routines.
Yeah.
Especially from work, since I've been working from home. If I have to go somewhere, I have to be physically. It's way easier for me to just get ready because I need to move physically.
Yeah. And you're now under a time constraint then,
exactly. Yeah. And since diagnosis, I think I actually feel very proud.
Oh, good.
To be honest, I find it. I've started, learning and listening more about ADHD, and also I've gone through my own therapy. And finally, so many things made sense, like why I struggle with very easy things, which most of the people just do it like that, where very difficult
complicated things you would get.
Oh my God, you just
that's it. I do too. And easy things can't do it.
Yeah.
Big complicated things can.
Yeah. And my mom always told me, like, oh yeah, you seems like you do so complicated stuff so easy, and the easy one not easy.
Exactly. So what's the plans for the future for Joanne then? Where's
Joanna
going? Yeah.
Where I'm going? Let's see. That's a good question. Where I'm going? That will probably change, a little bit. So I'm working for the part-time for the charity as a support worker, and I love this job. And I still work with children in the afternoons. And for the future, I would like to work with people with ADHD, neurodiversity, and trauma. So because now I work for the charity, but when I get more experience, hopefully I could maybe whether with this charity or different, or regardless, I would like to create a place where people, neurodiverse people could feel welcome, could feel as a family, where they are not just, they are understood, the condition is understood, they can learn their skills, because I think we've got amazing skills.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely fantastic and very, very needed skills. Where they could develop and work on those skills so they can own the business and they can live the life they want. That's my goal. So if they want to be singer, be singer. If you want to be I don't know, engineer, go and do engineering. So, and I believe, and I really do believe, we have such an amazing skills. And I met many people with ADHD and having on a spectrum, Asperger's, like wonderful people. And not only, I mean, through my work, I work with people with also so-called label mental health. Like I got like so-called, because for me, that's another label. Sometimes it's needed if we need support, but these people are actually the most wonderful people I've ever met. Actually, beautiful.
They sure are.
So yeah, and it's just like, who have given us this label? Who has given us this label? Okay, and it's okay. I understand where system needs to go to classify and to get help, to get medication, and things like that. Of course.
Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people embrace it, some people don't. Which is
exactly.
I've called it, you're more than this. You are a person first. You've got lots of things to offer. And some people don't see that. They see the label first of, oh, never mind, dear, you'll be okay. A bit patronising, where other people get a bit naughty because they're being patronised. But I'm like, hello, see other people first rather than any labels at all. We're just human beings first.
Yeah, I think we. What I would say, ADHD is a part of me. It's a part of Joanna, but Joanna is Joanna. And ADHD actually makes me who I am, and I'm really happy it has a name, and I don't mind the label. I actually don't mind. I mean, I don't mind labels. I mean, myself, if someone stick a label to me, actually, do I care? No. But but sometimes it helps, like because of the label, I could get the what I can say, my employers is really extremely supportive. I can say, like, I've never seen such a I mean, both employees are really amazing and very supportive, and I think I'm really, glad. I'm really thankful and glad. I'm here where I am.
Good.
I'm really, and I feel very, very positive. And since the diagnosis, I would say, I think like kind of something was lifted up off my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I could embrace and understand patterns in my life. And okay, that my energy is not like that. My energy is like that.
Yeah.
So I can work with this energy, and I can develop some strategies around it. And sometimes I think more problems come from other people rather than from myself.
Yeah.
And
they don't understand.
No. I mean, many of them, I say, like, many of them I really try and do their best, and I'm really grateful. And I'm really happy to always to share and how I perceive world and what I need. I will very openly say what I need. But some people just still, even though like, oh, you've got ADHD, but actually they don't understand, unfortunately. And it's like, you're lazy. oh, that's ADHD is your excuse.
Yeah.
And
Quite
it's
true
like,
that, yeah. But
like
we've got to try
excuse,
twice
like
as hard to get where we need to be.
exactly.
We need to process it.
Yeah, and I always, yeah, this is what I say, like, look, this is what you naturally have. Like you have this level of dopamine naturally, I don't. So I need to work 10 times harder. My brain needs to work 10 times harder to do something which is very natural to you. And I'm getting tired. I'm ready for a nap then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I either need to eat a special diet or take supplements, or I take medication to have the same level as you have. And they now, oh, I see. Then remember for a little. They remember for a little bit, and then
Let's
so you need to go constantly like, okay.
Exactly. We need to embrace everybody and everybody's quirks, so to speak, whether they're twiddling their hair and take away all the negativity and just go, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
Out us in. Stop being nasty.
Yeah.
Find out about us. Let us in.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is what I think. Like, if people just wanted to learn more about us, I think we would be really happy to share. And say what we need, what is helpful for us, what is not helpful for us. Okay, and again, I wanted to say something and I lost the thought. Okay. I lost it. Sorry.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, like, never mind. Yeah,
it's okay.
We understand. We
understand.
understand.
Exactly. Because I've done it many times. If anyone else has listened to the podcast, I've gone, I don't know. The train of thought goes, or I see a squirrel out the window, or I'm like, oh, shiny curtains, or something.
Yeah.
So it's great talking to you today.
Yeah.
It's all been fabaroony. And it's been great talking to you today.
Yeah. And to you too.
Oh, you're
very,
welcome.
very much. And I know, I hope, your podcast will grow. So
do I. We'll see.
And, I think that it's great you're doing this, and we can have a space where we can actually share. And we can, tell our story, and connect.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important, like to feel where you belong, with somewhere where people really understand, and you don't need to explain. It's like, I get it. Hey, sorry, my battery.
It's fine.
Yeah, so it's really great. And all the thumbs up.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, yeah.